education centers near you. Brought to you the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and the Ticket FM.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday. One more day until Friday. We'll get there. Welcome in. Happy Hour. 93.7 The Ticket. TheTicketFM.com. Nick and Rico hanging out with you guys as usual. What's up, Rico?
Hello.
I know your jaw hurts, man.
Just a tad.
At least, so you get tomorrow off.
I do.
There you go. So, I mean, tomorrow's your birthday as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
2-9.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Do you feel old?
Sometimes. I told my mom when we went down for the basketball game, I went and visited my family, my grandma and my mom and my aunt and sisters and whatever. And I told my mom, I was like, your baby boy is one more year away from being 30. And she was like, don't say that. I was like, why? I was like, does it make you feel old?
Yeah.
And she was like, don't say that.
So crazy enough, we have 2 texts for first text of the day.
Wait, what?
We don't do first text of the day.
We haven't done that in a while.
Haven't done it in a very long time, but we have 2 that popped up. But
yeah.
Qdoba guy, congratulations, you get it.
Sorry, Downtown Scott. Qdoba guy, you win first text of the day. Congratulations, you are today's winner of nothing.
There it is. Nice job, Qdoba guy.
Brought it back.
We can bring it back whenever. All right, once again, 402-464. Yeah, exactly. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys the entire show today. As well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. You can always reach out to Rico and I on Twitter, Nick_Sainert at Radio Rico AC are the Twitter handles. Got plenty of stuff to talk about. We'll dive a little bit into Wisconsin here. Wisconsin has had a couple decommitments in their recruiting class today, and they're expecting a couple more.
They lost a wide receiver last week.
It's kind of crazy so I was reading something from 24/7 Sports. I think Evan Flood is their one of their 24/7 Sports writers for Wisconsin, and they lost a 4-star wide receiver today, just about an hour and a half ago, and he was the most talented player in their recruiting class. Maybe not the highest rated. He laid out what's it called? Laid out that he was the most talented player coming into the recruiting or coming into the program next year.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting because you might forget that Wisconsin has an interim head coach as well. I mean, here's the deal. We're so used to Wisconsin being this stable program that everybody knows exactly what they want to do, exactly how they operate. Nothing changes. And you could argue that on offense and from a program standpoint on the field, they are the same. They're not. I mean, Jim Leonard did not come in and change the whole identity. He's not trying to throw the ball with Graham Mertz. He's not trying to do that. However,
every sport for Wisconsin kind of feels the same.
Yeah.
They're just solid, well-run machine of a program, whatever the sport is, regardless of the sport.
Bo Ryan leaves men's basketball and Greg Gard takes over, and it's about the same.
It's the same thing. You know exactly what you're going to get with Wisconsin basketball. It's happened with Wisconsin football year in and year out.
Yeah.
It's weird because they don't fire coaches, right?
Yeah,
the coaches leave.
That's
they either
craziest
retire
thing.
or they move on to a different job.
Because Brett Bielema left for Arkansas, then you brought in Gary Anderson, who left for Oregon State, it was like the retired / I'm going to Oregon State now kind of thing. And then it was after Anderson, Paul Chryst, and now Paul Chryst got fired. And it's kind of insane to think about. So here's the deal.
Is he the first Wisconsin football coach fired in forever?
I think the statistic was 20 some years.
That is wild.
It was the first football coach that the athletic director has had to fire. Not the first coaching change, obviously, but the first time he's decided to fire a football coach.
That is wild.
It's crazy. But now you look at like kind of the differences between Nebraska and Wisconsin. Nebraska's been able to keep their recruiting class somewhat intact. Cameron Lenhart is decommitted, and
Although he posted
maybe we'll
something
ask,
about Nebraska on his, like, Instagram.
Maybe we'll ask
Zach
Carpenter tomorrow of Inside Nebraska about kind of a Cameron Lenhart update. But I mean, he's a guy from IMG Academy in Florida that Nebraska is obviously still on. There were decommitments for Nebraska in the prior months, but since Mickey Joseph has taken over as interim head coach, obviously that worry or concern of recruiting classes falling apart comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska's been somewhat lucky, and give credit to Mickey Joseph, I guess, because that tells you who these guys were coming for. I mean, and that was nothing surprising or shocking right out of the gate when Mickey Joseph got the interim job, Rico. I mean, when you would have those interviews with the recruits and with the commits, it's I came because of Mickey Joseph. Like I'm here because I have the relationship with Mickey Joseph.
You know, a day or two after Frost was let go and Mickey Joseph was, you know, making the rounds with the recruits, it was almost the same message being posted by each recruit. Mm-hmm. You know, Cameron Lenhart decommitted, but every other recruit was posting their picture at Nebraska saying, I'm 100, I'm 1,000, I'm 120%.
Yeah, I'm here.
In. I'm good to go. And it was like, okay, well, looks like, you know, Mickey and the other coaches are making the rounds, making sure that everybody's still in with what's going on with the program. And despite all of the coaching search rumors and the possibility that Mickey Joseph won't be the head coach, but hopefully stays on board with Nebraska, everything's been pretty tip top in order with all of the recruits staying committed to Nebraska, staying 1,000% in.
402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys the entire show today. Okay, so Byron asked this on the text line, your guys' top 3 candidates. And then they added Monken or Patterson would be a train wreck.
Patterson
is not coming. No, Patterson publicly came out.
Like TCU,
I also
Texas Patterson?
Yeah, Gary Patterson.
I don't know why I forgot his first name.
Yeah, Gary. I always think it's Todd Monken, right? The Army guy?
Yes, because there's another
I know Monken. It's his brother who's a defensive coordinator somewhere.
I thought it was an offensive coordinator. Because because he has I don't know where he's at, but yeah, Todd Monken is the Army head coach.
No, Jeff Monken.
Todd
Monken is the head football coach at Army. Todd Monken is the offensive coordinator at Georgia.
Okay.
That's right. And quarterbacks coach at Georgia.
Monken.
So Todd Monken's salary at Georgia, $2 million a year.
Whew. That's a pretty good offense they got going.
So
you got the best tight end in the country.
So I haven't looked too deep into into this, into the Monken stuff, because it doesn't. I don't know.
I refuse to, because that's, like, to me, first off, that's not happening. Like, either, like, you're not going to get there. Trev isn't going to hire Jeff Monken, and you're not going to pry, even if his brother gets
just
the head
so we play
coaching
devil's
job.
advocate. How? Why? Why do you say that Trev, just to play devil's advocate?
Just to play devil's advocate?
Yes. Why would Trev not hire Jeff Monken?
Because Trev has talked about moving forward with the program, and if you were to hire somebody who runs a triple option offense that is moving backwards, a triple option offense, although it has been successful at Army, and he's had many winning seasons at Army, you are not going to win a championship with a triple option offense in a Power 5 conference.
I think, hold on. So
with the lack of a passing attack, and I'm sure if he were to bring his brother in,
I was just going to say that
he would tailor his offense to be more of a Big Ten, and I don't know if that's his style of offense, or if it's just, Army has decided, with the lack of crazy athletes that they're going to be bringing in, that a triple option would be the best type of offense for them to run. But if he does run a triple option at Nebraska, the lack of a passing attack is going to hinder you going forward to win not only the Big Ten West, but, without conferences, just the Big Ten overall, get into a playoff and win a championship.
I think that there's a reason to believe that. How do I want to put this? I think there's reason to believe that if Jeff Monken were to be the next head coach, Todd Monken would be a part of it. Now, and I think there is. I think there is because
So they're going to pay $2.5 million to pry him away from Georgia.
What do you expect them to do with? Well, not you don't have to pry Mickey Joseph away, but you need to give Mickey Joseph a reason to stay.
Yeah.
If you open up the pocketbook,
yeah,
like that. That's what Nebraska's going to have to do anyway. Maybe not to the status of $2 million,
and I understand it'd be coaching with his brother, but to go away from the defending national champion, possible back-to-back national champions, to leave there to be to take a lateral, not a step down, to be the offensive coordinator at Nebraska, even if it's coaching with your brother.
I believe they're cousins, not brothers.
To be coaching with your relative.
Mm-hmm.
If they did that, that would be amazing. That would be ridiculous.
Marcus. Thank you, Marcus.
That would be ridiculous for him to do that. Again, that's a step down to be the offensive coordinator of going from Georgia to Nebraska.
I'm trying to play devil's advocate because I don't think either one is there. Here's what I think is interesting. Okay, so there's a lot of rumors coming out, and I hate the whole rumors deal. I hate to continue to bring it up. Downtown Scott says I actually would be on board. I'm in, boys. What's interesting, and give us your top three, I guess. 402-464-5685.
Give me the positives for Jeff Munkin.
There'd be cool wordplay. Honking for Munkin.
Stop it. I like that, but stop it.
I mean, come on.
I like that a lot, but stop it.
I mean, let's be real. So okay, you have now Tyler also adds, yet people think Mickey's brother would have left the NFL to come here and be a DC.
I don't think anybody in their right mind actually thought that. You've had people, want that to happen. That would be great. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome to have Mickey advance on the same coaching staff at Nebraska. Mm-hmm. Look, Nebraska's not paying as much as the NFL. And the NFL is like I know being a head coach is like the pinnacle of the coaching world, but in the football world, in the football coaching world, you make it to the NFL. I mean, for the most part, you're trying to stay in the NFL. He's been a head coach in the NFL. I don't think he's going to be a defensive coordinator at the college level.
I don't know.
Again,
we'll see.
To coach with his brother, be awesome, would be cool.
Did you hear any of Trev Alberts talking on the radio last night?
I did not.
Okay, so what was interesting is he said something along the lines, and I said this quote on the drive this morning. But if you missed it, here it is again. Trev said that he's like, there's a picture that I know of where there's two types of people in this world. Somebody with a napkin on their forearm ready to serve, and there's the other type of person is somebody that has the neck underneath their chin ready to be served. Mm-hmm. And he said, I feel like there are a lot more people ready to serve in our athletic department nowadays than be served. And he said that's something that's changed. So what's so interesting, Rico, is I kind of made the realization, the recognition last night, as we kind of move off of the coaching search, that Trev's really cleaned this place up. In a short amount of time, I truly believe that Trev has cleaned this place up quite a bit.
Gone through the athletic department with a fine-tooth comb.
And I don't think he's done. I don't think it's done. But I will say that there's a lot of accountability. There's a high standard. He mentioned Tom Osborne a couple times last night, which I know all of the people will love to hear.
Mickey mentioned him as well.
They
meet every Sunday.
So I don't know. Like I look forward to finding out who is going to be in charge, because it seems like each name kind of runs its course through the rumor mill.
Mm-hmm. You get about a week.
Give about a week. Like Matt Rule, for example, was hot on
about
Monday. But now it's not, Matt Rule's not kind of out. You had Dion for about 24 hours.
Yeah, Dion was about a day or two.
Yeah, 24 hours. Monken's now the guy. Kleiman's getting an extension at Kansas State, so he's out of it.
Gone.
Leipold, who knows what's going to happen with him.
Leipold's going to Wisconsin.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we surprised that Dave Aranda hasn't continued having traction?
No.
I am.
I think after Baylor said they're willing to pay whatever, I wasn't surprised by the traction.
See, I'm surprised by that one, because I think
it's a private university.
But if you hear,
we don't even know how much money they have.
Technically, we don't know how much money Nebraska has. in terms of athletic department.
I mean,
funding.
that's true, but we know how much they paid their coach. We don't know how much they're paying Aranda.
Well, we don't know. So here's the thing, though, Rico, is I truly believe that the Big Ten would be a step up from the Big 12.
It would be.
But
what if he's waiting for a different job?
There's also, well, here's another thing is you have to remember that Dave Aranda has ties to Wisconsin.
He does.
So
Lance Leipold has stronger ties.
He does. I wonder, as we sit here, I keep going back to how similar Dave Aranda talks about how he operates a program and what Trev Alberts wants out of a coach. And it's very similar.
It is.
It's very similar. And the way, once again, I've said this quote before many times on air. Dave Aranda did a interview during Big 12 Media Days right after they came off the Big 12 championship game appearance and said something along the lines of, now keep in mind, Trev Alberts saying that not one single person, the head coach, will never be allowed to believe that they are bigger than the athletic department. Dave Aranda said something along the lines of, while he was deep into an answer, said, it's tough as a head coach because you want to believe when you have success, it's tough as a head coach because you want to believe that the success is because of you. And he goes, you need to realize that you are even as a head coach, you are a very small piece of the puzzle.
You're a cog in the machine.
Because he said to a certain extent, Aranda added that assistant coaches are more important because they are the ones working side by side of the players every single day for endless hours. He said that if I don't surround myself with the top-notch staff, then we won't be successful. And if I don't allow my staff to do their job, then we won't be successful. And once again, from day one, Aranda's been high on my list. His name's kind of stopped and gotten out of the rumors because of like everything you just said, Rico.
You're a big Aranda guy.
I'm a huge Aranda guy. I was a big Aranda guy before the season started.
Before it was even a possibility of him possibly being the coach.
There was two coaches. There was two coaches I've been high on for a very long time. Aranda, Marcus Freeman. He's getting it figured out at Notre Dame.
He is.
He's getting it figured out.
He became Catholic.
It's the key. I'm kidding. But anyway, I just think there's a lot of parallels there. Now I understand that the odds are very low. And this is all speculation, but here we are, day 67 of a coaching search. We're all running wild. It is what it is. Well, what do we got?
Former Husker defensive lineman, Super Bowl champion, multiple-time Pro Bowler, Ndamukong Suh, joining the Eagles on a 1-year deal.
The Eagles?
The Eagles.
Well, so you remember their Jordan Davis is out. Their first-round pick, Jordan Davis, is out, which is why here we are.
Ndamukong Suh.
How about that?
So the Eagles, as DP says.
There's a chance now he's going to compete for a Super Bowl.
Another Super Bowl ring for Ndamukong Suh? He only has the one with Tampa.
He does.
He didn't get the one with LA.
Okay, this is interesting now. So he and Cam Jurgens will team up with Jack Stoll. Jack Stoll on the he's a starter. Yeah, he's a starter, which is interesting. He was also in a Yahoo Sports Fantasy Football advice piece listed as a sleeper this weekend.
Should I pick up Jack Stoll?
How? Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna because one of my league. I'm in two. One of them I have George Kittle, so that obviously he's starting. The other one I don't know. I think I have Hunter Henry as my starter, which he hasn't gotten me much.
What we need to see is Stoll. There it is. How many
Nebraska Nolan? The Eagles are huskering up.
Yeah. How many rosters do you think Jack Stoll is on in fantasy football?
Well, now that it's been a couple days since it was announced.
I don't think this number has changed.
I don't know, like 28.
No, not even close.
I'm way low.
0.8. 0.8% of rosters. So, unfortunately, Rico, not less than 1% of rosters have Jack Stoll on their fantasy team.
So I should go pick up Jack Stoll.
So, I mean, if you are a fantasy footballer, there you go. But yeah, I mean, Byron says this, and I have thought about this, Byron, and this is not my campaign for Dave Aranda.
Stop it.
He says Aranda has also worked with Bush, Mickey, and Vince Ginta.
You know who else
That
he
is
worked
true.
with?
Who?
Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Come on,
No,
Rico.
I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna say
Rico,
it.
you
I'm
can't
not,
do that.
I'm not.
Come
doing
on.
It. No, I'm not doing it.
Why?
No, I'm not doing it. I'll tell you off air.
Well, no, I will just bring it to the air.
I don't
so
want, no, don't bring it to the air. It's a secret.
no, it's not. Anyway. So yeah, I mean, Byron, there's also that to a certain extent as well. A little bit of, and if I must, let's just fuel the fire a little bit. What about a guy like Joe Brady? Yeah, hello. What about a guy like Joe Brady? You know where Joe Brady's at right now? Quarterback's coach for the Buffalo Bills. You know what Joe Brady was doing in 2019? Leading the LSU offensive coordinator. Wow. There you go. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Now, once again, complete speculation, but I guess that's what we do on a happy hour. All right. So when we come back, we didn't get to talk about this. A couple things. We'll put the football on a back burner. When we come back, the Kansas City Royals announced a new downtown stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get a gauge on how people are feeling about it, because a lot of people, I think, like the K. I think they like the park. I love the parking for Kauffman Stadium and Arrowhead. Great tailgating experience, great parking, easy access from the interstate, plenty of room.
Mm-hmm.
When you go downtown, that's not going to be the case.
Mm-mm.
So I'm curious how people feel about it. Are we pissed off that that Kauffman Stadium's dead? Because Kauffman Stadium's about to die.
It's not dead. So I'm not dead yet.
Not dead yet. Also, the Royals made a change to their broadcast team. Steve Fiziak, the play-by-play guy for TV,
Deuces.
retires.
Bye-bye.
They ended up calling up Jake Eisenberg, who was the Omaha Royals. Holy crap.
Wow, you are going
Omaha
back.
Storm Chasers.
You are going back.
the Omaha Storm Chasers.
Shout out to
play-by-play guy.
Rosenblatt.
Yeah. The Omaha Royals. I would have been like 6. Anyway, so we'll kind of dive into that. And then Nebraska Hoops travels to Queens tonight to play the St. John's Red Storm? We're going to figure this out. We both said Red Storm, so there's a chance.
I almost just said Reds, and I was like, that's not right. It's Red something.
Red Storm.
Ah!
Nice job, Rico. We got that at the same time. That's not bad. All right, so let's go ahead and take a break. We'll talk about all those things coming up next on the Happy Hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Steve. Welcome to Great Clips.
Great Clips asks, what's the difference between good and great?
Come on back and have a seat.
Good asks you what haircut you'd like.
I have all your details from last time. Would you like the same haircut today?
Great already knows. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details so you can get the same thing as last time, every time. Download our online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
A good game with good friends. But isn't it time to up the score when it comes to the food? Wings and Rings is here for every football fan. Catch the game on one of their big screens or snag a tail great pack to go. They're cranking up the heat and throwing in mad flavor this season. Stop by your locally owned Wings and Rings on O Street, Meridian Park, or 48th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village, or grab some crave-worthy Wings and Rings to go. Make them your go-to destination to watch your team bring home the win. Wings and Rings. Game time just got better.
The Heartland Diamond from Sartor Heyman Jewelers was born from an unrelenting desire for more sparkle, designed to shine as bright as your love. The difference between the Heartland and the traditional cut is clearly visible with the naked eye. By adding 32 additional facets, our skilled craftsmen have created a masterpiece, a diamond that truly reflects your passion and desire. Stop in and see the brilliance of the Heartland Diamond for yourself, exclusively at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, a Nebraska tradition since 1905.
Wow. Did you ever save me money on my car?
Yes, that's why our customers keep coming back.
How do you do it, friendly car dealer ?
We simply have low overhead and high trade-in values. The next line's yours.
Oh.
Ready for something better? Mullen Motors is a no-hassle, no-pressure dealership with financing available. Check out the inventory at MikeMullenMotors.com.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Join us on Friday from 4 to 6 at Bourbon Street as we get you ready for Saturday's game. Old School with Jay Foreman and DP, goes from 4 to 6. Stop by for some of the best drinks and Cajun food in town at Bourbon Street at 8th and Q.
Life is too short to constantly be in pain and do nothing about it. Why not get a massage to ease your body pains away? The Body Shop in Lincoln is your place for all types of massages. Deep tissue, hydrating, sports, Swedish, hot stone, aroma, and more. Interested in a couples massage? The Body Shop offers those too in 1 hour or 90-minute increments. Book your appointment today or get ahead on gift giving with a gift certificate at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
People always ask, what are Jake and Zip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go. Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary, sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nathan, get out of here.
All right, so we're watching Virginia Tech on the TV. They're playing in the Charles Classic.
They're starting our show.
We're going to take that, Nate. I'm going to do it. Impulse bet. Yeah. 17 and a half. Yeah. I got you.
I wouldn't do that.
Pokies. All right. Anyway.
Seems like a terrible idea.
Oh, it went down. Anyway. Okay. So here we are back on the Happy Hour. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. 93, the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket.
Go ahead. Keep saying numbers.
I'm dealing with numbers right now. So we had to work on something. Anyway, all right, Rico, how do you feel about a downtown stadium? Doesn't bother you?
Like anywhere?
For the Royals.
Don't know. I've never been. Don't care.
Are you serious?
Yeah, never. I did this yesterday. I've never been to a Major League Baseball game. I've never been to an NFL game either. I've only ever been to Memorial Stadium for a football game.
Was the basketball game on Tuesday your first road game?
My first. Well, I went to volleyball at the CHI. For Nebraska, yeah, that was like my first. Those are my first 2 road games this year. I've been to the formerly known as the Pepsi Center, and I've been to the Chicago Bulls arena. Those are the only two professional events that I've seen. Denver Nuggets versus New York Knicks and Chicago Bulls versus Houston Rockets.
Interesting. I haven't been to an NBA game.
They're fun.
Are they? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so okay, I'm confused. Tyler, chill. I'm confused on why Kansas City's trying to be a big market team. And the reason I say that is, think about this. Think about how they built their world championship roster. It worked out perfect. Mm-hmm. It worked out perfect.
It was a perfect storm.
You started drafting guys. You got a couple guys in trades, but then it kind of all worked out to where they were still under contract, and they all hit their prime right at the same time while they were on your team. Mm-hmm. And that's how small market teams will win titles, basically. I think in a lot of sports, because
it has to fall right.
I think so. Yeah. And so And then you realize that immediately after they won their title, they disbanded.
They
and
were like,
everybody went
"That's
their
it?"
separate ways. And that's just how it is.
I mean,
with
they
small market
made
teams.
back-to-back World Series, but yeah, after the second one when they actually won it, they were like, "Okay, we're done.
Yeah,
that's our chance. Our window's closed."
That's right, because Pablo Sandoval caught the ball in Game 7, and then they beat the Mets. The Royals did. But anyway, so I find it interesting because Kansas City, downtown KC is pretty sweet. Downtown Kansas City is one of my favorite places to go. And when I go there, like the Power and Lights, super cool place.
I've heard.
Power and Lights, you've never been there.
No.
Rico, you got to get out.
There's
more,
a lot
man.
of things I haven't done. I'm going to be 30
Do you ever think about...
Yeah.
Okay, you just said I'm going to be 30 next year. Are you starting to get to that point where you're like, not crisis, but...
No, I'm fine.
Okay, good. I got to make sure of you. I got to make sure you're...
Look, I
you're
see,
okay.
everybody posts these pictures, these cool places they're going. I'm like, oh, that looks awesome. I'll go there when I'm old.
All right.
And then I don't have to worry about, going to power lines and drinking too much and making bad decisions because I'll just be hanging out. I'll be an old guy.
Unnamed texter says, Kansas City Royals games are going to be such a pain to go to now. Kaufman is so easy to get in and out of, not looking forward to a move downtown. Another unnamed texter says this, if the Royals build a new stadium downtown, would that pave the way for the Chiefs to build a new stadium where Kaufman is at? I would wonder what they're going to do with Kaufman. It really sucks. I won't lie, because like you drive down that interstate there, even if you're not going to a Royals game, it's kind of cool because you go around that curve.
You see the crown.
And all of a sudden, it's like this giant area where you get to see Arrowhead and Kaufman.
Yeah, it just opens up.
Yeah, it's huge. And it's like you don't know it's there until you're right on it.
I've driven by Kaufman and Arrowhead many a time.
What used to be the Drury Inn and Suites across the road.
Rip.
A sketchy Denny's is across the road.
Dude, Denny's is delicious.
It's a sketchy Denny's.
Unfortunately, look, when it comes to diners, the sketchier it's probably better.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
It's a fact.
The diner.
It's a fact.
Diners are sketchy.
You get a sketchy diner, and you go in there, you'll have the best bacon, eggs, and hash browns you'll ever have.
I forgot what the hotel is named now. It's not Drury anymore. Motel Lopus.
Couldn't tell you.
Lopus. Anyway, so it's not Drury anymore. They killed it. But I hate the idea that they're moving them downtown. I hate the move.
Plus, they're
downtown.
spending so much money on a downtown move when they could maybe possibly spend that money on players.
Maybe I think
not like it's not like you're going to go out and get
you're
not going to go get an Aaron Judge or anything, but getting those lower level players who are still still MLB players, still top notch guys that might be able to help you win a couple more games, maybe win an AL Central, make it to the playoffs again, but they're dropping their money on a new stadium.
So here's what's interesting. There was an article that was just written yesterday.
Because it's not for sure yet, right?
Yeah.
It's just a possibility.
So here's what's interesting. On November 16th, so yesterday, this article was written. Can downtown Kansas City handle the traffic for the new Royal Stadium? And they start out with saying the short answer is no.
Well, there you go.
So it's when you have multiple uses, it's all about circulation management, traffic management, said the mayor. You have to come up with good ways to manage the flow in and out, and we're capable of doing that. So roundabouts, like that's are we doing roundabouts?
Dude, roundabouts with a lot of cars, suck.
I feel like they're dangerous to some extent.
They are better than just lights.
Yep.
But some people don't understand
Hotel
roundabouts.
Lotus, thank you, Jeff.
Some people don't understand roundabouts, and they're just like, I'm gonna go, and they're almost causing accidents. And then other times it's just one lane of cars just keeps going, and nobody can get by, and you're sitting there and traffic's building up behind you, and it's like, well, somebody's honking at you like, go, and you're like, I can't go. There's like a million cars right now. It's impossible.
So here's this. Every single in the county, Jackson County is the name of the county.
Mm-hmm.
Every time a person spends money in the county, $1 in sales tax money goes to improving and building the current and future stadiums. That plan will expire in 2031. So so every time you spend money, $1 of it inside that county goes to the stadium.
That's
a lot.
Weird.
So here we go.
So just in the county.
Yeah, and it's going to be extended once voters approve it, this says. The legislature is going to approve to where the $1 tax would be extended past 2031.
So just if it's $1 in taxes, it'll go, or just every time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, I guess.
Ultimately, the voters will make the decision on a new stadium. It will be up to the Kaufman folks to sell it.
Kaufman folks.
Yeah, that's what they say. It'll be up to the Kaufman folks to sell the stadium. And so I don't think that's a bad place to be in right now anyways. I think that's the best place we could be in.
What do you think they do with it?
What do they do with Kaufman Stadium?
Do you just tear it down?
I don't know. Like, that's weird. I hate that because I love the idea that your baseball and football stadiums are right next to each other.
Do you take the crown scoreboard with you?
I mean, you could probably try.
But you got to have something, right? You can't just tear it down and leave it.
I mean, you'd probably make it into a parking lot.
That's sad.
This is disappointing. I do not want a new stadium. It's going to cost $2 billion.
Yeah, that's about right. Can you imagine $2 billion in $1 taxes?
Okay, so I'm looking at the plans for it. There's going to be a small amount of fountains.
Unnamed textures. The fact that billionaires are able to use taxpayer money to build stadiums is absolutely wild.
So Tyler asked, they don't sell out the way it is now, do they? No, I don't think they sell out. I just think it is so convenient. And I guess from a city standpoint, like, think about this. You're driving so much more traffic downtown now.
Mm-hmm.
So from a city standpoint, I understand. Because it's
about on the edge, right?
It's about 20 minutes from downtown. It's about a 20-minute drive.
Yeah, no, you're not getting much, people from, unless they're, Ubering or
I mean,
think about a shuttle service
think about
going
people from Nebraska.
downtown.
Think about people from Nebraska. Like, I've done it before where my buddies and I will just drive to the K and then drive back without even touching downtown traffic. But now you can't. You're going to have to park in parking garages, which helps the city. You're going to have to pay for food, which helps the city. You're going to have to pay to get into the game, which helps the city.
But I mean, that's good for the city, right? Like
I guess so. I guess so.
Like,
I guess so.
We care about Kansas City. We want Kansas City to thrive and flourish.
I'm looking at the sketches of the ballpark, and like, it looks cool. I mean, it's going to cost $2 billion, so it looks cool.
Like, imagine if Memorial Stadium, like, if the university wasn't as close to downtown Lincoln as it is, or you're able to walk from wherever you're at downtown to the stadium. Imagine it was out 20 minutes away from downtown. Be a lot different.
That is so stupid. Dirty Tony and the Boys says Crown Vision is grandfathered in. No MLB stadium is allowed to have a scoreboard in center field anymore. So it's dead, which makes sense why there's not a scoreboard, because you probably have the whole batter's eye thing.
Are you sure?
It's got to be.
I'm just trying to think of MLB The Show. I'm trying to think of MLB The Show right now. No, I guess they're a little bit off center. They're not dead center.
So here we are. Scoreboards.
That is strange.
Allowed in center.
In center. Dead center.
In center field. All right, so the following regulation apply.
Thanks, Dirty Tony and the Boys.
How about that? They're not allowed. Shout out to Dirty Tony.
Did not know that.
That's crazy. Because if you think about it, also, when the Cubs built their new scoreboard and it was in left field, you have the scoreboard for the Royals' new stadium is going to be in left field, according to the sketch. Jeez, that makes it worse.
Yeah, that does make it worse.
You're killing Crown Vision.
You're killing the grandfathered in Crown Vision.
That's stupid. All right, well,
put it back.
We go. I don't like the Royals move to downtown. I don't like it for convenient purposes.
I don't care.
Yeah, you don't care because you don't go out very often.
Nope. I guess I'll have to go to a Royals game now and then experience that.
That's the other thing. It's like, are they going to drive the price of tickets up?
Yes. Yes.
That is so stupid.
To downtown stadium.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's where they get you. It's so stupid. At the break, if anybody cares, which we don't. Virginia Tech is leading Old Dominion 37-19 right now. with 1:44 left in the first half.
Yes.
In the Charleston Classic, speaking of basketball, we'll be joined by Strick and Nate here in a moment. But Doc Sadler was just hired a couple hours ago.
Our old friend Doc.
As an as an advisor to Porter Moser and the Oklahoma Sooners. Nebraska plays Oklahoma down in Florida in a couple weeks.
Interesting timing there, Doc.
So we're just like that. Just back. Yeah, interesting timing there, Doc.
A little petty.
All right, let's go and get to break. When we come back, we'll have the crossover with Strick and Nate. Talk a little Husker hoops as they face St. John's tonight. The Red Storm, the St. John's Red Storm tonight. And former Illini guard Andre Curbelo plays for the Red Storm.
He's averaging like 9 points and 8 assists.
So we'll talk to Strick about it coming up next on Happy Hour.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904. Visit batstorats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
A lot and need a lender who can help you do it. Let Lisa Workman of Security First Bank.
Mortgage lending is my true passion. As a director of mortgage lending, I work to ensure you receive exceptional customer service.
Mortgage lending from Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. And that's 505-011 and 616-196.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant Cool Comfort and Confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heat. Call 467-1111.
Are you looking for some holiday fun right in the heart of downtown Lincoln? Bring your friends and family to Lincoln's largest drive-through Christmas lights experience. This show features countless high-quality lights in vibrant colors, holiday props, and favorite characters of the season, all synchronized to music to enjoy in your car. Start a new holiday tradition this year and experience the magic of Nebraska Christmas Light Show at Haymarket Park from November 26th to January 3rd, 5 p.m. to midnight. Purchase tickets today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Tractor Supply has a new progressive pay model where team members receive 5 wage increases in the first 2 years of employment with the ability to earn up to $24 per hour. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day work week schedule with additional overtime days with both day and night shift schedules available. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country. They're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit ASBMidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits. The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial paint, and more. ESC custom welding for aluminum and steel and media of all sorts. ESC is great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. You can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in today at 520-7-329. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring. For production operator, $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer 2 of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln.
The Jasmine Room, located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take to be financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySave.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 330 North 48th Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez-Clary, sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Final segment of the happy hour. As is customary on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Nicholas is bolted out of here to get to class. He thinks he's some kind of important person or whatever. So he's gone. I'm joined by the boys from On the Block, Strick and Nate. Gentlemen, how are we?
It's a great day to be a Hokie.
It's a cold day to be a Hokie.
It's a cold day to be anyone.
My goodness, this win, is this how we do? I mean, I know I haven't been here in a minute. But
No, we skipped over fall. We went
jumped right to it.
Yeah, we went from 90s and 80s to what is it, like 19 outside? Yeah, we skipped over the 50s and the 60s, unfortunately, and just went straight to it.
Yeah,
not a fan.
No,
not a fan.
Because I gotta go. Well, you guys gotta remember the morning show is during the coldest part of the day. So yesterday, Strick, I don't know if I told you, I was live for the morning show, and the feel like temperature was 5 degrees. 5.
Sounds about right.
I tell you,
that's no joke.
Yeah, you signed yourself up for that.
That's serious cold.
I got out to go to the is it what we call it, South State? I don't know. We've been so many different things. South Stadium, where like the communications department is.
I don't
South
know.
Stadium now.
I believe
where the statue of
yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I don't know. I'm not
That's
the
South.
Sure, why not?
Well, East
It
is where
is.
they have the one where they're
It's South.
tackling everybody.
Yeah,
the big one that has the
Yeah.
championships
Uh-huh.
on the bottom. That one's East.
No, so yeah,
So it's South.
So that would be South.
Yeah.
So I'm over there, and when I tell you the wind about blew me over, and I'm a stout 255.
Wait, that was today?
You solid.
Today I'm solid,
Yeah.
and the wind, that just didn't make sense. So this is a little inside Stricky tip, since Danny Nee is no longer around, so we can talk about
Yeah,
this.
we can say it. The statute of limitations is passed.
The people always was like, Strick, yeah, you're a smart dude. I was academic, all Big 8 and stuff. But but the reason why was not because I'm just super studious. It's because I didn't want them checking my classes. Because on days like that, like today, when it's like that brisk iced tea outside,
You weren't going to class.
I wasn't trying to go to class. So I had to
No.
make sure my grades was top notch, so they knew Stricky was good. That's really why I got good grades, because I was like, oh, they checking everything. No, sir.
You're not going to class.
Yeah, this would be a day. Yo, where them notes at?
No, that makes sense. So you make friends with everybody in class. And you just
Yes.
like, hey,
Yeah.
let me talk to you real
Yes.
quick. I wasn't in class. Yeah, I know. Well, can I get the notes? Oh, yeah, sure.
That part.
Well,
We
the
cool.
thing is, the problem that I then tried to rationalize when it's a really nice day outside, I also would skip class.
Yeah, that's what got me into
It
trouble.
goes
Yeah,
both
I did that. I
ways,
did that
so-
my freshman year, and then I learned real quick that shouldn't do that.
But let me tell you, you guys, some of you old heads that are on the text line, 402-464-5685. If you're
calling y'all
familiar
out.
with the block, you guys know we do the Stone Cold Steve Olsen. Give me a hell yeah.
We do.
We do that. Just give me a hell yeah, if you understand what I'm talking about. The old heads would understand. You guys are lucky because you got the Google machine. You've got all the stuff at your beck and call at your fingertips. We had to go in and we had to go through the catalog of all the freaking books. We had to do citing. We had to do our own referencing. We had to use microfiche. If you're familiar with microfiche, give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah. 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 You guys didn't have to do microfiche. You didn't have to put the little things on the little, what is it called? The projector. You didn't have to
we
put
had
the
that
stuff.
when I was in elementary school.
But yeah. But you didn't have to
it
do
was
studies like
it wasn't a projector. What was it? Where they had like the sleeve and then you rolled it and then you kept
yeah.
writing on it with the marker.
Yeah, something.
An
like
overhead.
That.
An overhead.
Yeah, the overhead.
The overhead. Yeah, I had an overhead.
It's the little thing. It has the light. You put the clear plastic sheet on it.
Oh, it was
projects
terrible.
it up, then it projects it out.
But the other thing you can't do now, though, that you could do back in the day, they've got this thing now that I learned when I was in graduate school.
Mm-hmm.
They got this thing where you've got to put your paper in the system.
Yep, I know.
And it does plagiarizing.
Yep,
all throughout.
Yeah.
Listen. Back in the day,
they didn't have that.
Did not have that.
Stricky, what you trying to tell me?
What I'm trying to tell you is,
so Strick was a plagiarizer.
Let me try.
yeah, that's exactly what it was.
No, this is what we would do. Sometimes, because I was in sociology, so we'd have to write a lot of papers, right? So you would always write a good one when you get the good grade. That's why you get to know the honeys and you get to know the homies. You get to know the honeys. You get to know the homies. You know them in different universities, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma. You make a call and say, yo, I need a source paper. And you do a bartering system. I exchange for yours. You exchange for mine. That's how we used to do it. When you was, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's how we used to do it. You can't do that now, my boy.
No, you can't do that. No. So you didn't have Kahoot?
You
didn't have Kahoot?
No.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Kahoot? No,
I
Kahoot?
didn't have Kahoot.
Oh, you didn't have Kahoot?
No.
Kahoot was awesome.
No.
And then you'd always like put your name as something funny.
No.
The whole class to laugh.
I didn't have that. Thank goodness.
Those were some games. I think when I was doing some substituting, I think they had that.
Yeah,
that was pretty
Kahoot?
cool. Kahoot was fun.
The Kahoot's fun.
So
talk to me.
College basketball is getting off to a fun start.
Hey, listen, it's a lot of okay, let me just say this before you get into that.
Go ahead.
This the thing I said about college basketball. And I said it to you also, Nate. And I know you were forgetful and
Oh, come on. I just don't watch movies.
So here's the thing.
On your brain.
I don't watch movies and he gets so mad about it.
Yeah, neither does Nick, and it makes me upset.
He gets so mad.
I told Nate, I said COVID 220 and that whole situation is going to provide parity all throughout the system.
Mm-hmm.
And teams that would normally not, and you started to see it in last year's tournament, teams that would normally beat the brakes off of them are going to start clipping people, because some of those stars, some of those studs, some of those ones that get missed and passed over are going to be found in their region by their local community college, whatever that is, large institution, and they're going to go there with some people that basically got passed over like they did, and they're going to have chips on their shoulders and they're going to start busting some heads.
You're going to have those freshmen and those sophomores that, the team has a fifth-year senior who's been a really good player, but not quite good enough to make that jump to the NBA. So you've got freshmen and sophomores who were expecting, 5 stars or 4 stars, who were expecting, I'm going to go there, I'm going to play 1 year, and then I'm going to peace out. They're like, oh, I can't do that here. Let me go to this smaller institution real quick, get me a year in, and then peace out to the NBA. So the smaller ones are getting a lot of talented guys who weren't going to start at the bigger institutions because of the 2020, the COVID holdovers. And again, it's causing parity in college basketball. And right now, the Big Ten men's college basketball, all but 2 teams
have lost.
Have a loss. Every team is whatever. I know. Penn State sitting at 4-0, escaped a nail biter.
They did. They should have lost.
Was it Furman? Everybody else is 3-0. Indiana, Nebraska 2-0. Michigan State, Minnesota 2-1.
Oh, you're right, 2-1.
Yeah,
because they just won.
Yeah, Michigan State lost to Gonzaga, who
should have beat them
and loses to Texas.
They should have beat
and
Gonzaga. Gonzaga's not
beating
that.
Kentucky.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Michigan State should have beat Gonzaga. I saw that game. They were down, and Gonzaga got back
That
into
Arkansas
it.
dunk? Yeah, that's different.
We
You
just
got
witnessed a
to look at it.
murder.
Ready?
Yeah!
Retired.
Ay, to the heavens.
Force retired.
Oh.
Sorry, you're done. You're done.
Oh.
Your college basketball career is over.
Oh.
South Dakota State, your big man's done. I'm sorry. Those are the rules.
Goodness.
Those are the rules. I don't make them.
Little William Kyle that's the Rabbits, right?
Yep.
Little William Kyle, Bellevue West, he up there. I'm glad he wasn't.
Did you see that score? Oh, you missed the score.
I'm glad he wasn't on that picture.
39-25 Virginia Tech.
But again,
ACC champs.
Whatever. We're not doing that.
What do you mean?
We're not doing
that.
Hokey pokey. Turn
They
yourself
won the
around.
ACC.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Nebraska plays St. John's tonight. I know you guys are going to talk about it. I just want a quick little quick little snippet, little 30 seconds for both of you. What are we expecting to see out of Nebraska, who is going to be without Derek Walker once again?
I think that if Nebraska can withstand the initial pressure, because they're going to press, Strick has broke that down wonderfully. I know he's going to talk about it a little bit more today. If they can withstand the first pressure, I think they'll be fine. If they get down double digits early within the first 10 minutes, it could be rough.
I think they're going to have to be physical. I think they're going to have to. Right now, they've basically shifted their margins by 10, where they were a -10 in rebounding. Now they're a +7. So if they've got to be physical, and I mean they've got to, because that's how they're going to play. They're going to get in your face. They're going to be physical. They're going to try to Mike Tyson knock you out. And if you, long as you sustain yourself and you stay in the fight and you don't, cower and go into a little corner, like your mom just put you in timeout or something, you'll be all right.
So I was telling Nick earlier, because we were talking about it, St. John's is a team that's going to want to get out and want to score. They're averaging 90.3 points right now through their first 3 games. I believe they're 3-0. Yeah, through their first 3 games, they're averaging 90.3 points.
They're shooting over 40% from 3.
They're going to want to get out and score. So this is the perfect test for a Nebraska team that, as Fred Hoiberg said coming into this season, is focused more on defense. If you truly focused more on defense, and that was something that you want to hang your hat on this season, this is it. This is the early season test that you want. A team that wants to move up and down the court, wants to score the ball, shoots really well. This is the perfect test to see if all the work you put in is going to come to fruition. And, it'll help you to realize what you're doing well, what you're doing wrong, and what you need to work on.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think the initial surge is going to be important to tie into what Nate just stated. I think that they have to minimize turnovers. They can't have a high 17, 18, 20 turnover night. That's not going to be
And
good.
honestly, I would rather see them get blown out than what happened against NC State. Because what happened again, I think that ruined the entire season. And I know that's weird to say, but that game against NC State changed the entire trajectory of the season.
They should have won that game.
It was they should have won that game.
That was a foul.
But that was, that
Major
just
foul.
crushed them. That crushed
I'll
them.
never forget it.
But whatever. We're not going to talk about that. We're not getting into that. We're going to all be sad. But
We will.
Nebraska, St. John's, 5:30 FS1. Up next, the boys from On the Block will take you through a lot of that basketball talk, maybe some football talk. I don't know what they're going to get into. It's their show. They'll do their own thing. But that's going to do it for the happy hour. I'm done for the week. I'm going to go see Bert Kreischer tomorrow for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Adios, everybody.
Adios.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utilities